The glasses, Steve. You let me know when you're ready, Lucas.
I think we'll start and I'm gonna figure out the light system. I'm not sure I got the right thing.
Are we okay? The people will hear us? Okay. Okay. Okay, welcome everyone to the Municipality of Tweed Council meeting on November 25th, 2025. We always begin our meetings with our land acknowledgement. The Municipality of Tweed recognizes that our work takes place on traditional Indigenous territories, including the Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee peoples. We recognize and respect the history, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples whose presence continues to enrich our communities. Miigwech. Okay, would you please join us now in the singing of O Canada? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder for the approval of today's agenda, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh. Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Any questions on said agenda? Seeing none, be it resolved that the agenda of the November 25th, 2025 regular council meeting be approved as presented. All in favor? Thank you. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. Could I have a mover and a seconder for the adoption of the minutes from the November 13th, 2025 regular council meeting, please? Mover and a seconder. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMar. Councillor Valiquette and Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said minutes? Seeing none, be it resolved that the minutes of the November 13th, 2025 regular council meeting be adopted as presented. All in favor? Thank you. Notification of a closed meeting. Council will hold a closed meeting during the regular council meeting pursuant to section 2392 of the Municipal Act 2001 SO 2001 C25 as amended to consider the following matters. Personal matters of what an identified individual, including municipal and local board employees, CAO 6-month performance review. On to my mayor's room. Lucas, are we okay now?
When you're doing your mayor, it looks like it's okay. I'm gonna run out and
Okay.
just test, just to
Okay.
double check, but it looks like we're okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Potter Settlement Vineyards and Artisan Winery continues its remarkable run of gold medal success and is now setting a new Canadian wine record. Congratulations to Sandra Johnson and his team for this phenomenal achievement on the wine judging circuit. I've included the full Potter Settlement update in the council package. Congratulations as well to Fair Board and Jeanette Honey on our outdoor holiday market being selected as one of the 30 must-see Christmas markets in Ontario. Our local market now stands proudly alongside those in major cities across the province. We are also pleased to report that Quinte Conservation has moved its drought assessment from level 3 to level 2. While this is positive news, we still have a long way to go before we can feel comfortable about water levels heading into next spring. On November 18th, I chaired the Hastings County Planning and Development Committee, followed by the Finance, Property, and Personnel Committee. I then attended a luncheon with Mayors Kennelly, Jenkins, Fitzgerald, and Deline to discuss regional matters. On November 19th, I participated in the Moira Place Advisory Committee meeting. On the 20th, CAO Diskey, Deputy Clerk and Planning Assistant Wales, and I attended National Housing Day in Quinte West. It was an important opportunity to learn about the housing and homelessness challenges across our regions and to hear the approaches neighboring municipalities and other orders of government are taking. It was a full day. That evening, I attended the Kiwanis General Meeting. On the 22nd, Chuck and I attended the Boreal music performance at the MAC. On Saturday, I had a catch-up call with MP Brise, who assured me he will do his best to secure our Roma delegations with Minister Surma, Flack, and Bethan Falvey. All three opposition parties have already confirmed their delegations with us. I'm still awaiting a response from Premier Ford to our 3 letters regarding 2 proposals, as well as the text message I sent him. The same applies to Minister Robertson regarding our proposal to support small rural and northern housing developers. A reminder of the wonderful Christmas activities taking place next week. The Festival of Trees, Hook at the Mac, the Outdoor Holiday Market, the Santa Claus Parade, the Land O'Lakes Christmas Market, and many other surprises. There's much to enjoy in our community during this festive season. Before closing, I want to reflect on how difficult it has become to move past the negativity that seems to permeate so much of daily life. It can be overwhelming, especially when the world feels unsettled. I was troubled to see the comments posted on Cindy Chow's municipal announcement about the Coca-Cola competition, asking whether Tweed is one of the kindest communities. This is a competition that could bring 100,000 to a local charity. Is there truly not a moment where you have shown kindness, received kindness, or witnessed kindness? We need to shake off this negativity, embrace the spirit of the season, and reflect on the good that is happening around us. Our community demonstrates kindness every day. Our Kiwanis Club built an accessible playground so all children, regardless of mobility, can enjoy their right to play. Our Community for All program works tirelessly to address food insecurity. Volunteers in our schools ensure students have something to eat. Jim Keniston and his dedicated group of trunk or treater volunteers provide a safe and joyful Halloween for children. St. Andrews, in partnership with St. Mary's of Egypt, tend their community gardens, providing fresh vegetables to those in need. Our Lions Club hosts Pay What You Can community dinners for everyone. Kindness is everywhere in Tweed. When we choose it, our mood shifts, our spirit lifts, and our hearts feel lighter. Isn't that what Christmas is all about? We hope to see you around town enjoying the many events our volunteers and organizations have worked so hard to bring to life. Thank you. Okay, now we have a notice of motion. Excuse me. This notice of motion was brought by Councillor Palmetier. Councillor Palmetier, I'm going to ask you, well, first of all, the notice of motion by Councillor Palmetier to renew defeated bylaw 2025-91 to change the composition of council for the municipality of Tweed. Oh, excuse me. Councillor Palmetier has moved it. Could I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. I'm going to turn it over to you, Councillor Palmetier, if you could explain to us your motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. I believe everybody around this table knows why this is back here. We have previously discussed this at great length, so I'll just give a brief synopsis so the general public knows why it's here. So this bylaw was brought to a vote on October 28th, regular council meeting. At that time, I was in New Brunswick for my wife's graduation from her master's. She's dedicated the last 2.5 years of her life to this, and it was a very important moment in our lives. When I let council know that I would be away from that, council was understanding, and I appreciated that. I also knew at that time that this bylaw would be coming forward. However, I expected through mutual respect on council that this bylaw would either be moved forward as it was council's wish, or it would have been deferred until all members of council could have voted on it. Spent the last 7 years with this council as a dedicated member and as a dedicated member of our community. I've been on every which side of the vote I've been on the winning side. I've been defeated. However, I've always supported the decision of council and I've always followed through. This vote being defeated by a tie not only showed a lack of respect for myself, but a lack of respect for the staff's time and a lack of respect for the previous decision made by council. That's why I've asked that this bylaw 2025-91 be brought back to be voted on at the next regular council meeting. Thank you.
Point of order, Mayor. That motion is squarely out of order under Robert's rules and it's not even close. A motion to renew can only be brought back before council in a substantial change in circumstances. And under Robert's rules, it's explicit that a member's absence does not constitute a substantial change in facts or circumstances. And a missed vote does not entitle anyone to reopen a defeated motion.
Do you raise that with the clerk beforehand so she could look into it?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Well, I would like to see if people are going to not catch staff off guard, if you give them a heads up. It's like even when you're going to ask a question of a staff member, you let them know in advance so that when they come, they can be prepared to answer the question. Laurie, I'm going to turn it over to you. I have no idea on how this should be. And so what's your take?
So when this took place at the last meeting, I was asked to review the process of perhaps bringing it back to the meeting, which I did do. I reviewed the Municipal Act. I reviewed our procedural bylaw, and I did review Robert's Rules of Order. I spoke with our deputy clerk, and I also spoke with the clerk at the County of Hastings. Through all of that, I sent out an email to all of council at the first part of November. I think it was the 2nd of November, outlining the steps for reintroduction of a defeated motion. One was that it could be a reconsideration, which would have to come forward from a person that voted in favor. So it would have been either Councillor Fleeler or Deputy Demarche. That did not take place. The other option was to reintroduce it by renewing the original motion, or a new notice of motion coming forward reflecting a different scope or interest or intent of the details of the matter at hand. So in my investigation, the renewing is one of them, and that is what Councillor Palmetier brought forward. And my understanding from the Robert's Rules of Order is that only if it's to be brought forward under a different scope would have to be a new motion, not to renew the motion. The renewing of the motion is to simply bring forward the original motion for further consideration or voting, as is what is being done here tonight.
Did you check with anybody else other than Lucas?
And the clerk at the county.
Okay, okay.
Yes, Kathy Bradley. I spoke to her as well and reviewed everything, and she said that what I came about was in order.
Mayor, under section 34 of Robert's Rules, a motion can only be renewed if there's a substantial change in facts and circumstances. A motion to renew is not a continuation of the previous motion, but to be treated as a brand new motion. And a renewed motion cannot be brought simply on a member's absence. And Mayor, I'd ask that when there's a violation of a clear violation of the rules, that the mayor is bound to uphold a note of order.
That would be based on your interpretation and not.
No,
the
that
clerk's
this is based on Robert's Rules of Order.
We just had an interpretation of two clerks on Robert's Rules of Order. And so if you're going to insist on this, what I would like us to do is if we're going to vote on this motion, because it's got to come back in December, at that time, I would like you to spend more time, if you would, Laurie, on getting exactly what Deputy Mayor Demarche is talking about. And we will report on it before we actually do it. And if vote on the motion, like, the final aspect of the motion, because I'm not going to say no to this motion based on two different opinions, which appear to be in conflict with one another. So we continue to go ahead And then we ultimately make the decision at the next council meeting when we've had an interpretation, an outside interpretation other than both your own.
That's fine. We can do that.
Okay,
Mayor, I just want to reiterate, under Robert's rules, this motion is procedurally dead. And under that, this cannot proceed and you must rule it out of order.
I'm not ruling it out of order. I am ruling on behalf of I'm not ruling on either of your interpretations of this. I am making a ruling that we will proceed. We will have what you're saying, investigate by an alternative source again. And then we'll come back, and before we make our actual final call on this, we will have had another interpretation on this. Yes, go ahead, Jim.
Your worship, I read through Robert's rules myself, and I agree with what Deputy Mayor Demarche has stated. And I also, many times people have been absent, and you joined by phone or by video some way to ensure that we had enough members here to push whatever we had to do. I don't know why that didn't take place. And I still support the decision of the people of this municipality that this has been defeated.
Thank you. Okay, good discussion. I'm sorry, I am not turning this down. I am requesting that we proceed. In the meantime, we do get an outside opinion, a third opinion. First of all, I will put we have a clerk here that's supposed to guide us in these discussions. We all have interpretations of our own on anything that we do. So what I want us to do is not to accept Deputy Mayor Demarche's and not to accept Clerk Krellin, but to proceed and get the correct information before we vote on the next motion when it comes forward. That is what I am suggesting.
Mayor, this cannot proceed Robert's rules is not up for interpretation. It's very explicitly clear.
It's your interpretation, Deputy Mayor.
It is
The clerks.
It's in the rule book. I appeal your decision. This cannot proceed.
That's fine. These two have spoken. How would you two like to proceed?
And I essentially agree. I think that what you're suggesting here takes us into a territory that's balanced, and it interprets both the deputy mayor's interpretation of his understanding of Robert's rules. It takes into account the clerks and will give us an impartial.
That's right.
And we look at it prior to the next meeting, and
Before it comes forward, we table whatever the analysis has been. So the motion is as you've tabled. We're going to vote on it, and you can do this as a recorded vote.
Recorded vote, please.
So Lori, up to you.
So Deputy Mayor Demarche requests a recorded vote. And that is for the motion
Sorry.
regarding the change of composition of council. It was moved by Councillor Palmetier and seconded by Councillor Valaket. So through call for votes through the mayor, Deputy Mayor Demarche, how do you vote?
Against.
Councillor Palmetier, how do you vote?
In favor.
Councillor Fleeler, how do you vote?
Against.
Councillor Valaket, how do you vote?
in favor.
Mayor DeGenova, how do you vote?
In favor.
It's carried by a 3-2 vote.
That's why it's important that when we're out there gathering information, that we share with the people who are going to be guiding us what we have found out, so that they can actually look at it before we get to this stage. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a delegation. I welcome Tim Porter, the Artistic and Co-Executive Director. Would you come up to the podium, Tim? Tim is with Tweed and Company Theater, and I think you're going to be talking about what you've done and where
Everything.
you're going.
Yes, correct. Hello, everyone. As Don said, I'm Tim Porter. I'm the Artistic and Co-Executive Director at Tweed & Company. To start, I didn't distribute in advance, but I brought with me a little sampling. This represents 2,000 of the 16,000 postal codes that we collected this season, just to give you a rough idea of where our audience is coming from. It's pretty exciting. I'll So hello, and thank you for receiving our delegation today to update you on our successes in 2025, our current projects, as well as our plans for the future. 2025 was another banner year for us, and with the continued excitement around our major renovation at the Marble Arts Center, an ever-growing audience for our musical productions, the company is poised to continue growing this year and beyond. In March, we completed our renovation at the Marble Arts Center and began welcoming patrons to this beautiful new space. This 2,000 square foot lobby addition features a box office, bar and concession stand, new art gallery space, and it has allowed us to renovate our stage to a new safe and level full width stage with proper lighting grid and curtains and more. It's worth noting that 2026 will actually be our first season of full year-round programming here at the MAC post renovations, so we still haven't even seen the full potential of the building. The company has consistently grown year over year, and we're thrilled to see significant growth in attendance here at the MAC in 2025. So I've got some exciting numbers. Our overall attendance here in Tweed grew from 3,580 patrons in 2024 to 4,461 patrons to date in 2025. And that's still missing significant sales from our annual pantomime, the Fitzgeralds, and our final TIFF film. So we anticipate that number will actually be closer to 5,000, representing an anticipated growth of approximately 40% year over year this year at the MAC, and largely due, we think, to our renovations and our increased programming. That's our largest bump yet here in Tweed. We're very excited about it. Our youth program enrollment also jumped from 53 participants in 2024 to 73 participants in 2025, with an overcapacity Tweed Summer Youth Theater program. New programming at the MAC in 2025 included our largest production to date, Jersey Boys. As post-renovation, we are now able to accommodate shows with up to 14 performers. We added the TIFF film program, which is a direct partnership with the Toronto International Film Festival to show recent festival films. And alongside that, hosted our first seniors filmmaking program. We had an incredible 44 registered participants, much higher than anticipated. We hosted more concerts and one-night-only events than ever before, and welcomed patrons for pre-show dinners prior to every major musical at the Actinolite Hall with Sterling Kitchen. Other notable achievements of the 2025 season include completing all of our physical accessibility improvements, making the MAC a fully accessible, barrier-free venue from front to back. This includes accessible washrooms, front entry ramp, push-button doors, removable seating, very recent asphalt at the front of the building, backstage ramp, braille seating plaques, a hearing loop system, and more. Also worth noting that we have revised the seating plan again in 2026 to improve our audience flow and minimize barriers for accessible patrons. We've also been working on a project with the Quinte Arts Council, funded by the Canada Council for the Arts, to make live entertainment more accessible in Hastings County and the Bay of Quinte. This is in partnership with approximately 10 other local arts and culture organizations, and Tweed & Company is honored to host the inaugural fully accessible performance, which will be on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m. That will be a performance of our pantomime Hook. It will feature full ASL interpretation, described audio, captioning, pre-show tactile tour of the sets and costumes. Our hearing loop will be available, and we're doing some accessibility training for our staff involved. We hope you will join us as we continue to make Tweed a leader in accessibility. The completion of our addition also allowed us to open our new gallery space to the public, so far hosting the inaugural major showing of the work of Audrey Ross, which was followed by the stunning work of Bob Petticoat. We had also a small display from Sid Palacio, and now we are heavily featuring the work of Martha Puka. It's been an honor to host all these exceptional local artists in partnership with the Tweed Area Arts Council and to provide another venue for revenue for Tweed Area artists. We actually sold 2 of Bob's paintings today. Very exciting. We'll continue to make small enhancements and improvements in 2026 and plan to once again grow our marketing and outreach. We purchased 2 more blue tourism signs for both directions on Highway 7 right at Bridgewater Road. We'll be launching a new fundraiser in 2026 to finish our landscaping and open a new back patio and parking space, hopefully in time for the summer season. Tweed & Company Summer Youth Theater will return to 2 one-month-long sessions, which is also very exciting. That's the first time since before the pandemic. And we will remain one of the most affordable youth programs in the province with that 3-week program at a cost of just $300. We are hugely in the debt to Tweed Kiwanis, Tweed Area Arts Council, the original Tweed Summer Youth Theater, and the Tweed Festival of Trees, all who make that program that affordable possible. We also saw record numbers at our 2 summer concerts on the Tweed & Company outdoor stage, with our Taylor Swift tribute boasting close to 400 attendees, and a record-breaking 600 patrons enjoying the Practically Hip this past September. We offer these concerts free of charge in 2025, requesting donations online and at the door. We had originally hoped for at least one source of additional funding from either the county or the municipality or a private source for these free concerts. We unfortunately didn't receive any additional funding, so we'll be unable to continue those free performances in the future. Our 2026 season is another big season of major musicals and special events here in the municipality of Tweed, and we are excited to once again welcome both our community members and our large tourism audience into the theater. First up in 2026, in July, will be the Tony Award-winning outrageous comedy, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which features an all-star cast and will be directed by Lisa Horner of IKEA Lady fame, as well as countless Murphy productions, including Come From Way. She was also in our production of The Line of Oz. And who knows, in that show, you may even get to be a part of it. Then in August, there has been a murder. Join us for the hilarious musical Whodunit, Murder for Two, where two actors play not only 13 characters, but also the piano. Then in December, join us for an audience favorite family tradition, our annual pantomime. In 2026, Snow White will take center stage alongside a cast of ridiculous characters, stunning sets and costumes, and a local youth chorus. We're thrilled to also be touring our smash hit musical that was originally produced right here in Tweed, $1 Million Quartet, to 5 venues across Eastern Ontario in 2026. After receiving countless requests to tour the production from other nearby venues, we're excited to be presenting this show at the Aurelia Opera House, Festival Hall in Pembroke, the Brockville Arts Center, a return engagement with Dreamco Theatre in Whitby, and a final stop with our friends right here in Hastings County at the Sterling Festival Theatre next October. This show was a smash hit sellout success in 2024, and we're sure tickets are going to go quick for this touring production. We're thrilled to continue spreading the word about Tweed and growing our reputation across the province with this traveling show. Currently announced concerts and special events for 2026 include the return of the Mudmen, Comedy Caravan, the continuation of the TIFF film program, and many more exciting events still to be announced. Our after-school classes will also resume with additional offerings, some more adult classes and senior classes this spring, as will select pre-show dinners and our annual sponsor and donor recognition event, Art After Dark. Our advanced sales for the 2026 season are the strongest they have ever been, with 2026 season passes proving very popular. We were thrilled to recently welcome 2 new staff members as well. Dan Porter of Tweed as our marketing coordinator and Eliza Zatterberg of Tamworth as our new development coordinator. These two will work hand in hand to grow our sponsor and donor program, continue to build ticket sales, and bring the organization into the next phase of our growth. We hope you'll join us for a number of fantastic events remaining in the 2025 season, including the annual favorites, The Fitzgeralds, our final TIFF film of the season, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and our annual holiday pantomime, as Don mentioned, Hook, with an all-star cast, including Tweed & Co favorites, James King, who just played Frankenfurter, and Danielle Leger, as well as a local youth chorus in that show as well. Tweed & Company Theatre is now the 17th largest professional theatre in the province out of 48 registered venues. We are the largest year-round tourism driver in Hastings County and the largest arts and culture employer in the region. We represented close to $2 million influx of tourism dollars into Hastings County in 2025, as well as over $1 million in direct economic impact. That's all from our TREAM report from so far this year. We're a registered charity and as such are budgeted to break even, with every dollar coming in going directly to programs, infrastructure, and services for our community. We put in a municipal request for a small financial contribution this season, and we can count on your support to help offset continued marketing costs. Those blue highway signs alone cost over $2,500 a year just for this venue. And we are also continuing to expand into more radio, television, print, and other advertising, bringing people not just into our theater, but into the town itself to support our businesses and attractions. We have also presented council with a request for accessible parking spots at the MAC, as recommended by our recent accessibility audit, which we hope you will consider as well. And a request to consider expansion of the Actinolite municipal lot, as due to the growing popularity of our productions, the lots are all often now full and overflowing onto the street and further down Bridgewater Road, as I'm sure many of you have experienced. Thank you again for accepting our delegation and considering our request for support. We're grateful for council's ongoing patronage and for the fantastic work you've been doing to promote the municipality and grow tourism here in the region. We are big fans of Cindy and she's doing a fantastic job. And on a personal note, I have also recently joined the board for Ontario's Highlands Tourism Region, our region's RTO. And I look forward to being a voice for Tweed, for Hastings County, and for arts and culture in the broader provincial tourism conversation. Many thanks.
Thank you very much, Tim. It's always a delight to have you come before us and to share the excitement of Tweed and Company Theatre and all the great news and where you're going. I'm not sure if everybody had a chance to see Jersey Boys this year. Absolutely incredible. Always, each performance sold out. And then Rocky Horror was a delight. I mean, another wonderful one. And if you didn't get a chance to see Million Dollar Quartet, you have to see it. Same cast?
We hope so, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Amazing cast. That was my all-time favorite. It was wonderful. So I'll be taking that up at Sterling. I already sent my note to my sister in Pembroke and she's getting tickets there. Yeah, so anyway, congratulations on everything you and your team have done. I can't believe where you started and where you are today. Coming and doing your under Iana, is that what you? Yeah, starting there and having a dream about bringing live theater back to your hometown, having been a star in the Drayton theaters and as an actor, and now seeing this dream come forward has been just an incredible journey. And I'm just so happy that many of us can be part of it. Anybody have anything to say, Jim? And then
I just, am so proud to have you back home again. That's homegrown Tweed looking at you. He's, an amazing young man. We've got so many young and so many entrepreneurs. I won't put the young in there. I got in trouble for doing that once before. There's so many entrepreneurs around here. Endless ideas. I mean, there's no grass growing on the bottom of your boots, young man. Thank you for coming home.
Happy to be here.
Peter, yeah, Councillor Bellicat, sorry.
Yeah, so through the mayor, Tim and I have had conversation before about my inability to appreciate everything that goes on. All the things that you do that bring this type of entertainment to our community. But what I will say is when I go, it's amazing. Everything that I've gone to see, either my toes tap and I'm clapping, I'm standing, I'm doing. Anyway, thank you very much. And I echo everything that Jim has said too. You add so much to the community. So thank you very much.
This is like tip of the iceberg.
It is.
I read like 20 pages. There, no.
Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you very much. I have two of the Danielle and James staying at our mistake. No, fully. It's been fun. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
And Tim, can you make sure we get a copy of that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just pass it off to Lori. That would be good.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we'll move on to departmental reports. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Oh, this got kicked out. Sorry. Jamie, can you do that for me, please?
They have a mover and a seconder to table the CAO's update. Councillor Bellicat, Councillor Palmetier, over to you, Ron.
Thank you. And through the mayor, starting with the update, just a number of things. First, as the mayor has indicated, Conservation Authority has held our low water committee meeting last week and has indicated that we're moving to a level 2 low water condition from a level 3. So that is good news, as the mayor said. One of the indicators that is still not where we would like it to be is the stream flow. And that's well below normal. So as the mayor said, the ground is being charged and we're getting back to normal, but we still have a long way to go. So cautiously optimistic that things will improve. The second thing that I wanted to update council on, Circular Materials Ontario has provided staff with contract renewal for our depot. So the good news there is the depot will continue to operate. We have received some information and I will bring a report forward to give council the full picture on the renewal terms, but it looks like we'll be Circular Materials Ontario will be reducing our compensation for the material we send down. So, and it's going to be substantial. So I will bring that forward in December once we get more information and understand this process a little better.
As I've said to CAO Diski, we all know that this was supposed to not cost us anything, and it's costing us a lot of money. And they have been subsidizing, and now they want to reduce it. So I said, I want a full detailed account of how much it's costing us, because there's no way that we can take a discount. Go ahead, Councillor Fleeler.
Your worship, I would like to, if we could, look into other opportunities, other options that we have. I don't know if there are any out there. We had a system that wasn't perfect, but it was sure 100% better than what we've got. And if we move forward, we need, there's so many changes that need to be done. Like shorter people have trouble putting their material in the bins. I don't know what's gonna take place this winter when there's the ground is frozen and covered in snow and ice and different things. I don't know how we ever got here. Like, we had a system that worked,
Well, yeah.
and now it's been destroyed.
Well, this is supposed to be a producer pay. Why are we paying anything? Okay,
Exactly.
if it should be the producers that should be totally subsidizing this, if that's the case, that's a producer pay. And it's not. That's why our businesses aren't being picked up, and that's why our municipal stuff's not being picked up, because we're considered a producer. Okay, so we have to make alternative arrangements, which is totally wrong, because we had a system that worked before, like you mentioned. But everything that's going to our waste site is producer pay should have to cover all of that. There should be no renegotiating our contract. There should be no giving you less money than you're currently getting, especially when the costs that we're incurring are astronomical in trying to deal with this. Anyway, we're gonna look into it. It has many caveats. And I'm glad CIO Diskey has been on top of this right from the get-go, thank God, but this is wrong, and we're gonna have to deal with it. Yes, one more, go ahead.
Your worship, I think we should build an incinerator. I'm not kidding. Save the water, save money, make money.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, that's been put out there. Any other questions? Seeing none. Be it resolved that council receive the CIO update report for information. All in favor? Thank you. Can I have a mover and a seconder to table the municipal insurance update, please? Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Over to you, CIO Diskey.
Thank you. And again, through the chair, some good news. This report addresses a competition. We were in touch with our insurance provider. We asked that we get a competitive quote from Marsh and from a former insurance provider for the municipality, Intact Insurance. We were briefed last week that our current cost or our current quote for 2026 through Marsh would be $424,000, and through Intact would be $375,524. So that's a difference of approximately $48,500. So the report is asking that council approve this change and that we move forward and contact our insurance provider and advise them of that.
Any questions, comments? Yes, Councillor Palmatier.
I just want to be sure, your worship, that this is all equitable with our previous, such as deductibles and things like that.
Yes, through the chair to the councillor, yes, it's exactly the same with some enhancements. So we do get some legal consultation and also have the ability to purchase low-risk insurance for some of our rental groups. And when I say that, we would not be paying that. The rental groups get that to ensure that the liability is taken off the corporation.
Great, thank you.
Any questions? Seeing none. Be it resolved that council receive the municipal insurance report as presented, and further that council authorize the CIO to accept the 2026 municipal insurance quote from the Intact Insurance and proceed with changing the insurance provider from Marsh Insurance to Intact Insurance effective January 1st, 2026. All in favor? Thank you. Can I have a mover and a seconder to table the Hunt Road dump closure? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh, and thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Oh, just got kicked out. Any questions on that again? Sorry, Jamie, you're gonna have to read that for me again. I just got kicked out.
Well, okay. I think you're, we had a mover. and second.
Yes.
Yeah, so any questions on,
No, there weren't any, so yeah,
No,
just read the motion.
so be it resolved that council received the Hunt Club dump closure report. And further that staff be directed to work with the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks. And that the municipality's consultant Blue Metric to close the municipality owned Hunt Dub Road dump site no later than December 31st, 2028, and further that staff prepare a plan, including costs to be approved by council prior to commencement of work in the closure. All in favor?
Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table the damaged vehicle window report, please? A mover and a seconder. Thank you, Councillor Freeler. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Demarche. Discussion? Yes, Councillor Freeler.
Yeah, your worship, we have, it looks like we have two options here that we asked the Family Feud to pay for the deductible, or we pay for it ourselves. So
That's right.
I would say, my own opinion is I think we should pay for it because the Family Feud donate all their money back to the municipality anyway. So that's my opinion.
Any other? Yes, Councillor Palmetier.
Your worship, I was just like, that is quite a distance to go. Was it from a ball? Do we know if it was from a ball in play or if it was from other people playing at the park?
Probably,
I think it was a ball in play because they admitted, the Family Feud admitted to it.
Okay.
I would assume that. Any other comments?
and it's not really that far. I put balls out in that parking lot myself.
We don't want to hear those stories.
Yes.
Oh.
I just shut down. I'm logging back on one moment, please.
To the mayor.
Yes, please go ahead.
Just kind of curious, is there insurance normally taken out for things like this? If there's peripheral damage to vehicles caused by activity?
Through the chair, to the counselor, I'm not aware of any.
Yes, because I think we got to be careful. It's a good point because you remember when Queensborough was doing Queensborough Day, we insisted that they take out insurance because if anything happened on our municipal property, we would be liable. It wasn't very much insurance. It wasn't expensive. Maybe under our new policy as well, it would be to like, an even cheaper rate. But I think maybe because we do insist that other organizations do insurance. So maybe that's something we should do as well. Go ahead.
So that being said, your worship, did anyone have insurance, extra insurance to cover that? No?
Through the chair, no.
Okay. Okay.
So we're gonna go with, come on. There we go. So that was the damaged vehicle. Okay, be it resolved that council received the damaged vehicle window report as presented for. This got kicked out again. I'm gonna have to have something else, if I'm gonna continue with this meeting.
As presented. And further, that council approved the payment of $1,000 to the vehicle owner to cover the deductible for damage done to his 2024 Suburban on August 30th, 2025 during his visit to the municipality of Tweed. All in favor? Carried.
Go on to the next one, Jim.
Revised commercial lease agreement. Can I get a mover and a seconder to get Councillor Valaket, Councillor Fleeler? Ron, do you want to speak to that again?
Yep, through the chair. We are working with
It's all right.
Bright Beginnings Daycare to set up a daycare center at our Tenno Lake Hall. We have entered into a lease agreement with them through the former CAO. There has been some questions about the insurance provisions and what areas are being insured. As of yesterday, we hadn't heard back, but I heard back from our legal counsel today, and they've given a recommendation how we can proceed forward and change that language or meet the needs of the daycare's insurance. So I think we have a resolution. I've sent an email to them today. I have not heard back from them. I think they're probably checking with their insurance company to see if the solution is correct. But I would like to help them and expedite this process. They have a opening day of January 5th, and we're hoping that they have to, I'm not hoping, but they need to have all these boxes checked and things in place, including the insurance, before they can open. So I'm just trying to expedite this as quickly as I can for them to meet their needs and let them move forward with whatever they else have to do. So
It's just, I think my notes are over there. But I was, why are they insuring parts of the building they're not even using?
well, that was the question. They think the lease indicates that they have to do that,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
from what I've seen, there's a schedule attached that indicates what they're insuring. So we have worked through that and clarified that. Try that. I think
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, comments? Thank you, Lucas. Be it resolved that council receive the revised lease agreement report as presented, and further that council authorize CAO to make changes to the commercial lease with Bright Beginnings of Tweed and District regarding insurance requirement as acceptable to the CAO and municipalities legal counsel, and further that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the revised agreement. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a second to table the bylaw enforcement update? Nothing's showing on my screen. Okay, one moment. Okay, go back. Okay. For October 2025, Tweed bylaw operations log report and statement of revenue and expenditures as of October 31st, 2025. A mover and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Any questions? Yes, go ahead.
Amir, I was looking at this, our user fees to date are really, really low. Like, is that just because we're not updated to that yet? Like, we're only showing, we budgeted 77,000 and it's only 1,300.
This report comes in from Sterling. They are the administrators of the BESB, so I would have to check with Sterling to find out about that.
Yes, CAO Diskey.
through the chair, we have a meeting on Thursday, so I can request information and bring it back. Okay.
So I suggest we bring this back. Okay, so is that okay? Be resolved that council receive the 2025 Tweed bylaw operations log as presented and ask that the figures be reviewed to come back to the next meeting. Are we okay with that?
Absolutely.
We have a seconder on that. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. All in favor? Thank you. Policy review. Could I have a move and a seconder to table the policy review health and safety wellness policy, please? Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Any questions on said policy? Seeing none, be it resolved that council receive the policy review, health, safety, and wellness policy report is presented. And I just got kicked out again, and that
As presented and further that council confirm no change is required to the policy at this time.
all in favor.
In favor?
Right, well, what do I do?
Here.
Okay, I'll take it. And if you need help for anything, that's a good idea. Thank you. Let's do that.
That back to Lucas.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Palmetier, Valley-Cat. Okay, could I have, so be it resolved, did I read it? No, okay. Could I have a move and a seconder for the policy review, workplace violence and harassment policy, please? A move and a seconder. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier, and thank you, Mayor Demarche. Any questions on said policy? Seeing none, be it resolved that council receive the policy review, workplace violence and harassment report as presented, and further that council accepts the suggested changes as provided by the Ministry and Labor, Immigration, Training and Skills Development and approved bylaw 2025-98 as set out in this agenda. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a move and a seconder to table bylaw number 2025-94? a bylaw to amend comprehensive zoning bylaw 2012-30 for part lot 3 concession to Elsevier Township. Move in a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Jeez, Valley-Cat, and thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-94, amending comprehensive zoning bylaw number 2012-30 for part lot 3 concession to Elsevier Township be ready first, second, third, and final time to pass second seal in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a second to table bylaw number 2025-95? A bylaw to amend bylaw 2015-45, being a bylaw to approve and adopt an agreement between the municipality of Tweed and the township of Sterling Wadden for the joint fire department administration. Move in a second, please. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarcia. Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-95, amending bylaw number 2015-45, being a bylaw to approve and adopt an agreement between the municipality of Tweed and the township of Sterling Wadden for joint fire department administration be ready first, second, third, and final time passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder to table bylaw number 2025-96, a bylaw to authorize long-term borrowing pursuant to the issue of debentures to Ontario Infrastructure and Lands Corporation, OILC, and the principal amount of $788,000 towards the cost of capital works. So move in a second to get that on the table, please. Thank you, Councillor Fleers. Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that. Oops. Oh, sorry.
I just lost it here.
Jim.
So the interest on that's 152,000? Okay, it's over a 10-year period, I guess. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she's there.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-6 to authorize long-term borrowing pursuant to the issue of a debenture to Ontario Infrastructure and Lands Corporation, OILC, in the principal amount of $788,000 be ready first, second, third, and final time passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a second to table bylaw number 2025-97? A bylaw to authorize long-term borrowing pursuant to the issue of a debenture to Ontario Infrastructure and Lands Corporation, OILC, in the principal amount of $75,346 towards the cost of capital works. A mover and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarche. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-97 to authorize long-term borrowing pursuant to the issue of a debenture to Ontario Infrastructure and Lands Corporation, OILC, in the amount of $75,346 be ready first, second, third, and final time passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a mover and a seconder for bylaw number 2025-98? This is a bylaw in regards to the workplace violence and harassment policy. We just moved. Could I have a move in a second? Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. And well, we already discussed it. Be it resolved that bylaw 2025-98, adopting the revised workplace violence and harassment policy and a workplace violence and harassment prevention procedure for the municipality of Tweed, and repealing bylaw 2024-62 be ready first, second, and third, and final time passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Did I have a mover and did I? Okay, sorry. Could I have a mover and a seconder for bylaw number 2025-99, a bylaw to convey certain property on Cookston Road for road widening purposes? A mover and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Councillor Valley Cat. Any questions on said bylaw? Yes, please.
Your worship, I don't have a question on the bylaw, but I've said many times, I don't like these diagrams. And I know the property, I went up and looked, and I mean, I'm familiar with it, but as far as picking information out this this plan of survey here, I don't know where you even start, really, to tell you the truth. And I don't know, I know I mentioned it before, but anyway, I mean, I'm you can educate me.
Sweet. Well, I know this is Crookston Road.
Yeah, that's all I can see.
Yeah, through the chair, we had talked about those in terms of rezoning, the schedules to rezoning notices. This is a plan of survey for a land transfer for road widening. I don't think there's any better way I can get it to council on the agenda other than in this format. I would suggest if there's some visibility issues with the scan, which there clearly is here as I'm looking at it, to come into the office and get the paper copy
Okay.
of it. I think that's the only way to make it work in this case.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, can I be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-99 to convey certain property on Cookston Road for road widening purposes be ready first, second, third, and final time. Pass, sign, and seal in open council this 25th day of November 2025. In favor. Thank you. And I have a movement a seconder for bylaw number 2025-100. A bylaw to authorize the municipality to enter into a development agreement with Robert Richard Graham, file B 120/22. A move in a seconder, please. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Marsh. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-100 to authorize the municipality to enter into a development agreement with Robert Richard Graham, file B 120/22, be ready first, second, third, and final time, pass, sign, and seal in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. We have a mover and a seconder to table bylaw number 2025-101. A bylaw to authorize municipality to enter a development agreement with Robert Richard Graham, file number 119/22. Move in a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Any questions on said bylaw? Seeing none, be it resolved that bylaw number 2025-100 to authorize the municipality to enter into a development agreement with Robert Richard Graham, file 119/22, be ready first, second, and third, and final time. Pass, sign, and seal in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Correspondence information. Could I have a mover and a second to table the correspondence information, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarsh. Thank you, Councillor Valley-Cat. Is there anything that anybody would like to address there? Yes.
Your worship, this is only tower work, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, it's not the, okay, it's not the fiber optic.
No.
Okay, good, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none. Be resolved that correspondence information be received and filed. All in favor? Thank you. Now we're going to be moving into closed meeting. Could I have a mover and a second to move us in closed meeting, please? Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeMarsh. Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Be resolved that council go into closed meeting at, Lori? 7 o'clock. Oh. Why is 7 o'clock? Okay, I just have to go to the washroom. Okay, notification of closed meeting and staff direction. Could I have a move and a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Thank you, Deputy Mayor DeBarge. Be it resolved that staff follow council direction from the closed meeting. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a move and a seconder for the conformatory bylaw number 2025-102? Thank you, Councillor Fleeler. Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Be it resolved that conformatory bylaw number 2025-102 be ready first, second, third, and final time passed, signed, and sealed in open council this 25th day of November 2025. All in favor? Thank you. Could I have a move and a seconder to adjourn today's meeting? Thank you, Councillor Palmetier. Thank you, Councillor Valiquette. Be it resolved that council adjourn at. All in favor? Thank you. That was a good meeting.